Hmm, this is going to be a tough one. What do I do? Okay, so I ran into a problem. You can see that there's nowhere for me to put the temperate forest where there's going to be 8 lines open by 2. So we're going to have to figure out something else for that. Let me see. Can I drag this up here? Would that leave enough room? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not going to leave enough room. So I could figure out a way to make 16 over here and just make it a weird shape, but you can't do that because each exhibit is rectangular. So I'm going to have to go back over here and change some stuff. Because I know it can't be 8 times 2. Is there anything else that equals 16? Something times something that equals 16? I know that 4 times 4 equals 16, so we're going to have to use that. Okay, so let's try that. So do we have room to put a 4 by 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have 4 squares here. Does anyone know why we can't use that? No, we can't use it because we don't have an area of walkway. So let me try to move this. So this one is our tropical rainforest. That code lettering helps me figure that out. I know it's 3 by 4. So what we did was we went over 3 and down or up 4. And I'm going to change that to be 3 down and 4 long. Still has the same area. I just changed it a little bit. So we're going to make a 4 by 4. Can we do that now? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It does look like we can do that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put TF because it is the temperate forest exhibit, and we're going to check mark AD. We're going to check mark TF. Remember, this secret passageway is optional. Right there, we know that optional means not required. So we can choose to not have a secret passageway if we would like, but I would like to have a secret passageway. So I know it has to be 2 by 1. I see right here that I have 2 units between the temperate forest and the what's the AD? The arid desert. I have 2 units there, so I could make a secret passageway that is 2 by 1. Okay, so now I have a secret passageway, and it is 2 long by 1 tall. And I did that here because it's got a hallway with 2. And remember, we had the hallways have to be, or the distance between each exhibit, which is going to be your hallway, has to be at least 1 square unit. So because it says at least, I know it's okay to have one with 2. But if for some reason in your second floor plan you don't have one with 2, you could always just have it be 2 by 1 in that it's just a wide way to get from one to the other. So I could put it right here, and it's still going to be 2 by 1. Or I could change the shape and have it be 2 by 1 like this, and it would still be a secret passageway. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can make that secret passageway if you choose to do so. Remember, it is optional, so you don't need to make it. Okay, so I'm done with my floor plan 1. Let's go down here and look what we see. Explain what patterns do you notice in each floor plan? As you can see, we haven't done the second one. You're going to do that one on your own. You're going to have to explain your reasoning of what you notice about both. Complete each sentence and explain your reasoning. So we're going to complete this sentence. The museum has a length of blank units and a width of blank units. The area of the museum is blank times blank equals blank units. The 4 exhibits have a total area of blank square units. For each plan, add the area of the exhibit's empty space to the secret passageways, but you can find the area of the empty space by counting the unit squares. So that's a lot. Let's break that down piece by piece. So the museum has a length of blank units with a width of blank. So if I asked you how big this museum was, You wouldn't just tell me what the area of the 4 exhibits is, you would have to tell me how big the building has to be. So we know that the building has to be as big as this purple line. So let's go ahead and count the purple or the squares that the purple line's on. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 on this side. Let's see how many are over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does anybody know how I could have found that faster? The museum here is a square, so it's going to be 8 on each side. We could have made it a rectangle, I believe. I chose to make it a square because I knew I couldn't use any of these square units right here. So the length of the museum is 8. The width is 8. And so the area of the museum equals something times something, which equals something square units. How do we get the area of something? We use the length and the width, which we just set up here was the length is 8. The width is also 8. And 8 times 8, that's a double. I know that equals 64. Okay, so the 4 exhibits has a total area of what? Now, this is not asking the total area of the museum. It's just asking the total area of the 4 exhibits. So I know that my secret passageway is not one of the 4 exhibits. So I'm going to add up the area of this and this and this and this. Luckily, I don't have to sit here and count the squares. That's one way we could do it, but we're going to work smarter and not harder. We're going to use our areas over here. So these are our 4 exhibits. These are the areas of them. So we can find the total area by adding up all of the other areas. I know 12 plus 6 equals 18. I know 10 plus 16 is 10 plus 10 equals 20 plus 6 equals 26. I know 8 plus 6 is also 7 plus 7. That's how I add that one. 7 plus 7 equals 14. So I'm going to draw my 4 here, and I'm going to carry my 1. That's going to be 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 more is 4. So the total area of all 4 exhibits, so if I counted all of these squares that are in here, the squares that are in here, and the squares that are in here and here, I would get the answer of 44. Now, this answer is actually going to be the same for both because the area of your exhibits is not going to change. For each plan, add the area of the exhibits, the empty space, and the secret passageway if I included that. Did I include the secret passageway? I can see it up here. I did. You can choose to include it or not. That's up to you. You can find the area of empty space by counting the square units. So we know the area of exhibits equals 44 because we just calculated that right there.